Is a mobile home park a good investment? I'm Melissa, your cash flow queen, and I'm here to go through the BS and tell you the real deal about how to create cash flow from your real estate investment. I'm going to tell you in this video how to make $100,000 cash flow a year with just one mobile home park. Right now I'm in Bosnia. I have never been in this country and it's beautiful. Let me break down the basic but big benefits of investing in a mobile home park. First, low cost per unit. Mobile home parks allow you to acquire more units for less money. It is the lowest investment per unit of any real estate asset class. Most park owners own the land, not the units themselves. That means that your money can stretch a lot further. For example, you might be investing $100,000 for one house or one apartment unit, but as little as $10,000 per lot in a mobile home park. Second, low cost of repairs and maintenance. Not only is it low cost, but it's also low involvement. If you have the right management team, it doesn't really demand that much of your personal time. You don't have to get your hands dirty with contractors and repairs in most cases, because the owner of the mobile home is responsible for the maintenance, the updates, and repairs to their resident, not you, the landlord. While the mobile home park owner must account to upkeep, the park, it is significantly less than actual upkeep of an apartment building. Third is lower risk. The risk of loss decreases with the more units you own, right? So when you have more tenants, the risk is more spread out. When you own larger amount of units, the high cost of issues such as evictions or random expenses is spread out as well across a large portfolio and is less of a setback when they do happen. Fourth is high demand. New mobile home parks aren't being developed anymore as much because of government zoning changes. This means that the demand for mobile homes in existing, well-managed parks is increasing as the need for affordable housing continues to grow. Baby boomers, the huge number of people who were born in the 15 to 20 years following the Second World War, are often on a fixed income and are retiring right now with little savings. So a mobile home is a good solution for affordable housing. Fifth, low turnover. A huge expense for multifamily properties is tenant turnover. Cleaning the unit, tracking down a new tenant, loss of income during vacancy, it all takes thousands of dollars, potential dollars from your pocket. And from your cash flow. So mobile home parks have low turnover because it costs the tenant thousands of dollars to move their home out of the park. Most mobile home park owners can plan on their tenants staying for at least 5 years. That means, again, turnover is low, lower risk. And if tenants do decide to vacate, they often sell their homes to you or to another tenant, which allows you for the opportunity to increase the lot rent. There is less competition. Many of the traditional mobile home park owners are huge investors with a ton of excess capital. Many, they just inherited the park from their family members, and they're not professional landlords. This allows you to purchase at a reasonable rate, and then you create improvements in order to bring better tenants, which increases your park value and explodes your cash flow. Mobile home park investment is also great for investors who do not want to compete with a huge volume of investors looking for traditional, real estate investments. Okay, so now let's move on to the juiciest part of this video. How to make $100,000 a year cash flow with one mobile home park. All right, so the type of park that you need to make $100,000 in cash flow from one mobile home park is you need to find a park that has about or at least 80 lots. A park with 80 lots is going to cost you, say, around $800,000 in the south, and it will require about $160,000 down. Although sometimes you can negotiate 10% down, which will be about $80,000. The park will need to have city water and city sewer services, and being in a market of a population of at least 100,000. How do you need to structure this deal? You will need to buy the park with seller financing. That's my favorite. You'll want to put between, as I mentioned, 10 and 20% down, and the financing note should be non-recourse. A non-recourse note is secured by the property only and not by you personally. Try and get a note of at least a length of 7 years so that you have plenty of time to refinance before the note comes due. If you're unable to do seller financing, you can still pull this off, but you'll have two hoops to jump over. So you have a larger down payment usually because banks require about 25% down, and they will probably just give you a recourse debt. So you will be responsible for it personally. All right, so how do you create this magic number of $100,000? Your goal is to create an additional $100 of cash flow per pad. That's it, a month. You basically need two components for this, either raising rent or decreasing costs. So let's go about raising revenue. Mobile home park residents, as I mentioned, are at a great disadvantage when it comes to raising the rent. It costs them at least $3,000 to move their home out of the park. So unless they have $3,000 just burning a hole in their pocket, they really have no way to move out if they don't like the new rent amount. But be fair, of course. Most parks you can find for sale are under marketing their rent. That means that their rents per lot is less than the rent per lot of comparable parks nearby. So you'll need to find a park that is at least $50 per month under market, which is not that hard to do. Those $50 rent increase is going to get you halfway to your $100,000 mark per year. Some parks will also have vacant park-owned mobile homes. Getting this back in service will be critical to also be able to increase your cash flow. Now let's look at the expenses. The single largest cost in any mobile home park is the water and sewer. In most parks, it equals about 10% of the total revenue. So this is your first stop in trying to get the cost down. Often, you can accomplish this with finding and fixing leaks in the system or leaks in the mobile homes. Other times, you will need to separately submeter each space to make sure that the tenant conserves. And in many cases, what you really want to do, which is what I do, you'll want to bill the tenant for their own service. So park usually get a large water bill at the end of the month. So you should start including in your rental agreements that the tenant will be responsible for a set amount of money to pay back their water. In my parks, it's usually $30 a month. The second big area to attack are the cash flow robbing excess management costs. So you need to structure your management fees so you can save about $20 per pad per month. So here's how the numbers work, right? Are you ready? Getting that $100,000 of cash flow, as we talked, is dependent on raising rents and lowering costs. On average, $100 per month per lot. This is your magic formula to create cash on demand. If you can get that done, then you'll have 80 lots, $100 per month in savings per lot. That's about $96,000 in cash flow per year. But that is not all. You will need to factor in the additional cash from the empty houses that you might have rented out now, or money that comes in from additional services that you can offer. That will get you way over the $100,000. Now that you understand how mobile home park can be the cash flow machine you've always wanted, make mobile home park investing a major tool to accelerate your snowballing cash flow system. Focus on finding great opportunities. If you need help to make them happen, contact me in LinkedIn. Mobile home parks are my favorite. So you can also live your life by design.